Hi, I'm David, and this is my game Home in One Piece. It's a game of strategy for two players using Play-Doh. I'm almost finished setting up. Each player's got a blob of Play-Doh of a different colour. I've broken those blobs into 8 roughly equal pieces, and I'm just putting them alternating at the bottom of the board here in these start circles. The aim of the game is to get your Play-Doh to the far end of the board here into the home zone, which is labelled home. This little clear gap counts as part of the home zone too. It's just there because of the way I made this board by taping 4 laminated sheets together. On your turn, you'll touch some of your Play-Doh and squidge it around and change its shape and possibly join it. And the dice tell you how many of your blobs you're allowed to touch. Each die is different, but they do all have blank faces and faces with blobs on, and the number of blobs that's showing tells you how many of your blobs you're allowed to touch. And you can change them in whatever way you like, as long as it doesn't touch the other player's Play-Doh, and as long as at least one part of the Play-Doh remains in contact with the board in the same position the whole time you're moving it. In the next turn, you can choose a different bit to stay in contact with the board and move it differently. Joining counts as touching both blobs, so you can't join if you don't roll a high enough number. And that's pretty much it. What I'm going to do is going to play a game against myself to just show you how some of this works out in practice. So how about pink goes first? So pink has rolled 1, which means I'm only allowed to touch one blob, which means I'm not going to be allowed to join it. This one looks like it might be the biggest one. I'm going to stretch this one out as far as I can. So you see this bit down here under my fingers here is staying in the same position on the board. I'm allowed to lift the rest of it, but I can't lift this one off the board. Now my turn will be over if I break the Play-Doh, so I really want to be careful not to do that, so I think I might just leave it at that. Alright, purple has rolled 2. I might join these 2. So I'm going to stretch this one out. Now, there's nothing stopping me touching this one and then changing this one. And then coming back to this one, and coming back to this one, and touching them as many times as I like. But the moment they join like that, that's the end of my turn, and so I have to stop. Okay. Pink has rolled 3. Okay, so I'm allowed to touch 3 of my blobs. But what I'm not allowed to do is I'm not allowed to join them and then keep touching them. The moment I join, that's going to be the end of my turn. So, okay. What I really want to try and do is join these 3. So I'm thinking if I stretch this one out enough, just careful not to touch. I'm going to bring it as far up as I can. And I'll stretch this one out. Because when you're playing, you probably won't describe what you're doing, but I'm letting you know how I would do this. Now I think I might keep this position in the same spot for this one. That. Now if I want to join, I'm going to have to do it all in one go, because if I join just these 2, that'll end my turn and I won't be able to join the other one on because it will be the end of my turn. So I'm just going to do them both like that. Alright, Purple's rolled 2. I think while I'm at it, I might just join these two very simply. Two for pink. Really want this one to get out from in here, so I'm just going to make a little bridge. So if I pull that one up a bit and pull this one up a bit. Ugh, made them touch. All right, that's the end of my turn. You're not supposed to end your turn when you touch. Not everyone's as hard down the line on that rule as other people. You have to decide for yourself how forgiving you want to be. Oh no. Okay, so pink has rolled 0. I'm not allowed to touch any of my blobs, so I basically miss a turn. 1. Actually, that was purple who rolled 0, sorry. Okay. I might just do this. And then I'm sort of as close to everything as I can be with my pink. Yep, that's what I choose. Purple's rolled 2. Well, move this one over there like that. Two for pink. All right, well, there's no point. I mean, I could join them, but I wanted to try and make a bridge, so I'm going to try again. Okay, so they can join there. Just need to wait to see if it's going to stand by itself, which it is. It's not falling over. If it was falling over, I'd have to pull it apart and try something else. Okay, that's good. Two for purple. Well, I think I might just move this over here. Nicely joined on. Two for pink. I'm just going to make it hard for purple to join anything over in this part of the board. Oh, that's falling down, that's not good. Okay. Purple's turn. 0. Okay. Purple misses his turn. Pink's turn. 2. And I might just join this to this one, like that. 3 for purple. I don't like my chances of trying to get this one out, but this has got a lot of Play-Doh in it. So I think if I'm very careful, I might be able to stretch it all the way around the other one. Now, I don't want to join because I want to join 3, don't I? So how about I just bring this one over here and then do that. One for pink. You might just move this one further up the board. Oh, broke it. End of my turn. 3 again. Well, I don't have 3 to join, but I do have a really big amount of Play-Doh, so I reckon I can make a really good bridge with this amount of Play-Doh. That will stand perfectly well all by itself, like that. All right. 1, oh, I'm so far behind. I really need to try and prevent this from getting all the way to the end. I don't know how I can do that. I guess this one's pretty flat as it is, but it is sort of, the manipulation of getting that out is going to make it hard. What I might do is not worry about making that long. Sort of stretch that as flat as I can over on this side of the board. It might make it a bit hard for the purple to get across. All right. Purple has rolled 1 as well. I've only got 1. I mean, my best chance is I need to get across over there to the other side of that pink one. Oh. That touched, didn't it? Well, that's end of the turn. It's not touching anymore. Move a reprieve for pink. 2 for pink. Well, that was a really good thing before that it didn't. I don't know if they're going to do it again. Okay. 1 for purple, but we can deal with that. Thinking like this. And if I sort of stretch that out as much as possible, I can have as much Play-Doh as I can to bridge this gap. I'm not going to be able to reach the finish zone, the home zone, but I can at least get myself over in the next turn. 1! All right, well, I'm going to change the shape of this thing. I hope that they break their Play-Doh while they're trying to get across. Okay. All right. 2. All right, well, I've only got 1 to touch. Let's give this a go. That'll do. That'll do. 2 for pink.
Purple, that's falling.
Okay. Well, they're going to win on the next turn if I'm not careful, so I'm thinking I can break this because it's not actually breaking the Play-Doh into separate pieces, so it doesn't really count as breaking. And I can try and let's just do that. Fill up as much of this space as I can without touching the purple Play-Doh. In fact, I think the best plan would be to make a little bridge. Still not touching over there, that's good. I guess it doesn't really matter what I do over at this end because it still hasn't moved on the bit in between. If I make a bridge like that, that's going to make it really... Is that even going to stand? It's not going to stand on its own. Now, surely purple's getting annoyed at how long this is taking. That is in fact standing on its own. All right. If I can get everything in there, I'm just not going to fit it under there. I just don't think I'm going to be able to fit it in completely inside the home zone. I'm just going to move this round here, like that, and I'll be able to try again over the other side. If I stretch this out long enough over here, I should be able to move it further. Okay. Oh, 1. That bridge is just way too high. Can I even make that stand? Nope. Okay, I'll just undo that. Just a second, if I join it on over here, I'll be able to do that. And maybe what I can do is Okay, beat that purple. If I'm very careful, I reckon I can just pull this out from underneath. Yes. Purple wins. Well, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I hope you enjoy my game. Thanks.